Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, but it's not really that different. We're going to be doing a try-on makeup look, I guess. This is not a first impressions. I have to say, I was not thinking that I was going to love these products as much as I do. Let's just say if I have one thing that I'm so obsessed with, and this is probably my favorite out of everything, which sounds maybe kind of boring, is the loose powder. This powder is the best powder I've ever tried. I am usually not a loose powder kind of girl, but this has me changing my mind, and I love that this is talc free, which I think is just so amazing. It's just so good because I'll get to it once we get to the powder, but yeah, we have a couple of things to try. It's not a full face. I only have a couple of products. If I'm not mistaken, I have 5 products to show you. So everything else that is not Honest Beauty, I will just, go through and you'll only see shots of me using the products from Honest Beauty. So I'm super excited to show you these because I really like them. So let's get right into it. For the base, I have the CCC Clean Corrective with Vitamin C Tinted Moisturizer. This is such a nice product. It's so up my alley because I like something that is more sheer and I can, build up if I want. I'm usually not someone who uses foundation every single day. I have been using only concealer in my day-to-day, but it was nice to, get a tinted moisturizer to even out my skin a bit more, but it doesn't feel like I'm suffocating my skin. So I have the shade Alabaster, which in the back says it is fair light. This used to be the lightest shade, and I'm glad that it used to be the lightest shade because this is definitely not light enough. So Alabaster is the second to lightest shade, and the lightest is Tundra, which that one is just advertised as a fair color. When I first pumped it out, it looked so peachy. It's kind of like a very neutral, I guess it's trying to be neutral, peachy color. I don't know if you can see that, but it is pretty runny and the color doesn't look like it's going to match me. But as I blend it into my skin, it somehow just manages to look good. So I usually apply it right here on the sides of my nose. That's a little bit too much. Just like that. As you can see, the color doesn't look like it's going to match me, but I blend it in with my fingers because I find it's the most easy, and I don't know, the color just automatically starts to match me, which I think is amazing. It's such a nice texture as well. It's really like what you would think a tinted moisturizer would feel like. It's kind of like a BB cream. As you can see, the color just doesn't even look that peachy or dark. It just blends in with my natural skin tone very well, which I was so happy about because I was very afraid that this was going to be way too dark. What I love the most about it is looking up close. It does not emphasize anything. I do have to say my skin is in a very good condition at the moment, finally, but this is so beautiful on the skin. It doesn't really have a scent, not that I have detected anything, and it just blends so easily. It doesn't feel super hydrating. It is not matte, chalky matte. It is such a nice tinted moisturizer. I'm really in love with this. And I did not expect that I would like it as much as I do. And my imperfections are still kind of peeking through, but I just feel like I look more even when I use this, and I could have applied a little bit more in some areas, but this is usually how I like it, and then I go in with my concealer to like cover up anything else that I want. But I just really enjoy how it evens everything out without making me look like I have a ton of makeup on, and doesn't feel and doesn't look cakey, which is so good. I really love how it looks on the skin. Like, it looks so skin-like, just a little bit more perfected, really what you would want for an everyday. I added my concealer under my eye and on some imperfections, and I really like my base. And to set that, we're going to be using the loose powder. It's called the Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. This is in a translucent shade, and first of all, I really like the packaging that it comes with this little lid that you open up. Then you have like a net where the powder comes out. I hope you can see that. And I usually take the powder that's on this cap because the cap is always touching the powder. So that is how I pick up my powder. This powder, you guys, it's called the Invisible Blurring Powder. It is so nice and blurring. Like, the combination of that tinted moisturizer with this powder gives me perfect skin. what I love the most about it. It's not only how blurring it is, but how mattifying it is. I'm starting to get more and more oily skin because before using birth control, I always had oily skin. Then I took the pill and I started to have like dry skin, and now after years my skin is kind of balancing back to what it used to be. Also it's summer, so my skin is usually a bit more oily in this time, but this powder is so nice at keeping my skin matte. It's the most mattifying powder I have ever tried, and what I love is that it stays matte the entire day. Like if you bake with this, I'm pretty sure you could go to a festival for 3 days straight if you want it, and your skin would still be matte. And it is talc free. I'm blown away by this powder, really. I bought this powder before anything else, and I was so impressed by it that I was just like, no, I have to try more. And this is definitely like my absolute favorite. If you are a oily skinned girl, or you want a powder that is just perfect for when you really want to mattify your skin, don't look any further. This powder is so nice, and it is talc free, which I cannot get my head around that. And it may look kind of yellowish, but it's completely translucent. You can tell I'm pretty fair, and it doesn't add any yellowiness to my skin. It looks so good up close. My skin looks perfect. I have not seen my skin look this great with products in a very long time. I just cannot get over it. Now I applied my bronzer because I don't have the Honest Beauty bronzer to try, unfortunately. But I'm going into blush now. I'm just doing like the tiniest little bit of the e.l.f. Putty blush in Bora on more of the center part of my cheek, because the blush I'm going to be using, which is from Honest Beauty, is a very shimmery one, and I just don't want to bring it too far into the inner part of my face so that it doesn't emphasize my pores too much. So I'm literally just applying a little bit of pink to the front part, but you'll see the blush nonetheless really stand out. But I just wanted to disclose that I'm applying a little bit of a base first. This is the blush, which is called the Lit Powder Blush. I have the shade Flirty, which is right up my alley. It's like a pink with a golden sheen to it. They have 4 different shades. I was looking at Femme, which is a deep kind of mauve, but then I thought I should probably try something a bit more safe first. And they all have a gold kind of pearl to them, and it's so beautiful. This looks like what Orgasm by NARS would look like, and I really like it. It's not too pigmented, it's not powdery, it is so smooth on the cheeks, and the packaging is like a tin packaging, has a mirror, and you can take out the pan and you can recycle these. It's really nice and heavy, and I don't usually have a mirror in most of my blushes, so this is so nice. The quality is so good, and I'm applying it onto my cheeks, which I usually keep shimmer blushes to like about the end of my eye. I don't like to go too far in because then the shimmer kind of emphasizes my pores, and I don't really like that. Which I'm not trying to say that this is like a unflattering, you know, emphasizing blush. It's not at all. It's just personal preference. I like to keep shimmer more to the outer part. I have yet to try the cream blushes from them, but I am already so impressed by this powder formula. It is such a beautiful fuzz-free powder formula that gives you a nice amount of sheen, glow, but it's not too much, and it pairs so well with the powder, with the Tinted Moisturizer. It gives you such a beautiful, fresh look. It's so cute. It's kind of like that beachy flush, I guess, and it lasts the entire day. Like your cheeks look this cute for the entire day. I love it. It's one of my new favorite blushes for sure. And it's also talc free, which is so awesome. Now moving on, another amazing product from them that I just had to pick up. I was so excited. It is the eyeshadow palette. This is the Get It Together eyeshadow palette, and it comes with 10 shades. Now, if you know me, you know how much I love cool toned and smoky neutral shades. So this palette really stood out to me because the palettes I own, they're, I would say, like mid-tone to light. And when I saw this, I was like, Yes, I do have some smoky tones in my collection, but I want to have this palette because this just looks so perfect because it goes so deep and the shades are just right up my alley. It's such a beautiful palette. It comes with a variety of different textures. So we have mattes, we have shimmers, we have like mattes with glitter, but it's super fine glitter. So it's not a glitter that it's going to be irritating for the eye. So I was excited about that. So I was like, yes, I can use this. Love that it goes super light to super, super deep. And you can do just so much with this palette. You can do a warm look if you want, and you can keep it kind of cool tone with these plummy mauve shades. It is absolutely beautiful and I really like the formula. It has a little bit of a kickback, but I am usually not a person that goes like this into palettes. I always tap my brush very lightly into the shadows. And so for me, that's not a breaker at all. I am very, very kind to my makeup. I do have to say, I don't like to go like all crazy. I don't know, I want to respect the products that I have. So for me, it's not a breaker at all. I think I'm going to go into the plum route because I'm going to be wearing something navy. I like to kind of keep my makeup matching my outfit. So the blush may not be the best for this look then because it is a little bit of a warmer pink, but we'll make it work. So I'm going to be starting with Vanilla Velvet, which is this light shade. I'm going to be using this kind of like a base all over to just create an even canvas. I also really like that it has a mirror as well. Now I'm going to be using the shade Matte Plum, and I'll put this into my crease and into my outer V. These blend out so seamlessly, like you cannot mess this up. This is such an amazing formula. I am so in love with this. And again, it's talc free. It's just like, I love it. It's not what I expected from clean beauty, to be honest. I mean, take clean beauty with a grain of salt, right? But I am very impressed. I was not expecting to like these products as much as I do. I'm going to be honest. I had, I would say, medium expectations, but these products have definitely exceeded my expectations. Now I'm going to be deepening it slightly, make it more neutral, more brown. So for that, I'm going to be taking this shade right here, which is the color Gilded Mauve. Doesn't look too mauvey. It's kind of like a very cool tone taupey brown. It is a satin, but it's the perfect amount of satin, so you can still use it in your crease if you desired. And this is like so nice for a smoky eye. Like, it's so good for that. To blend this out a little bit, I'm going to be going in with Vanilla Velvet again, just a little bit on the brush so that we can blend some lines. It's just so convenient to have a palette that has all the essentials. So we have a deep matte, bone color, a bunch of beautiful smoky tones, some shimmers. We have it all. For my inner corner, I'm going to be using this lighter shade, which is Iced Cotton. It looks very dark, I would say, but I can actually highlight my inner corners with this, which I did not expect. So I'm taking my ring finger, a little bit of that, and just highlight ever so slightly. As you can see, it's like, it's visible, but it's not too crazy. And I've also used this shade all over the lid and it looked so pretty. I haven't been using mascara or eyeliner, as you guys know, or you may not know, but 2 days ago I was brave enough to do a little bit of a liner just with eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using this dark brown shade, which is the shade Burnt Maca, a beautiful, deep, rich brown that is just so stunning. I'm taking a little brush like this and I just go and very lightly do like a little eyeshadow wing, just to deepen my lash line a little bit. Even if I don't do actual eyeliner, it still kind of makes it look a little bit more pulled together. I have been enjoying this no eyeliner, no mascara thing. I really like it. I did my brows off camera again, and now we're going to be going into lips. Again, I really love this product. This is the Tinted Lip Balm, and I have the shade Fruit Punch, which is usually not my preferred color because it is like a warm coral. I cannot really explain it to you. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. These are quite sheer, as you can see. It's not too much of color. They have a beautiful amount of shine to them. Only other time I have felt a lip balm like this was a lip balm I bought in Japan in 2019. It was from the brand Kate, and it was like a red, clear, kind of very sheer lip balm. And this formula is the exact same. It's so buttery and kind of more thick. For instance, if you have these L'Oreal lipsticks, or if you have ever felt them, these are a lot thinner, and I feel like these don't last as long. This is more juicy, it is more hydrating, it is just thicker. It's like an actual lip balm. How you would imagine a lip balm. I definitely want another shade. I feel like my perfect shade would be Summer Melon, but they only had Fruit Punch, Dragon Fruit, and what was the other? Blood Orange. I'm going to be applying Fruit Punch. Looked so, oh gosh. Stop, just stop it. It smells slightly sweet, not too much, it's not overpowering, and I love the packaging. It's so cute. Look at this. It's so nice. It feels so good. Even though this is not a full face Honest Beauty, most of the like essential things that you see on my face are from Honest Beauty, you know? It just feels nice to have a brand that is clean beauty. I am just so glad that I have a talc-free eyeshadow palette, talc-free powder, a talc-free blush, because I'm a powder lover, like powder products. I really like that. I feel like it just works with my more oily parts of my face so well. Overall, I am so happy that I tried this. I mean, Honest Beauty has been out for such a long time, but I only got to try it now because I just never had it on my radar, and I was looking for a talc-free powder, and this is when I came across this, and then I just kind of, you know, wanted to try even more from the brand, and I'm just so happy that I have found these products. I definitely want to try more blushes. I want to try the cream blushes, and I also want to try a different color of this lip balm because it's so good. Again, if I had to recommend one, it would be the powder. I feel like for people with dry skin, this could be scary, but if you are like me and you have oily parts of the face that really get out of control in the summertime, you just want that one powder that can do it all. I guess if they would come out with a palette with another color story, that would be amazing, because I feel like even though this caters so much to me and I can do like a warm look if I really wanted with the Strobe Champagne shade and this more like neutral brown, mid-tone brown, I know that this is not going to cater to everyone because some people just don't like these purpley eggplant kind of shades. That would be amazing. I'm personally so content with this palette. It is right up my alley, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me again. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. That means so much to me, and it helps my channel out to reach more people because we are a little bit of a smaller family, which I like that. I appreciate you. No matter how many people I have watching me, I'm so happy that someone is watching these and finding these helpful or fun to watch, nice to chill, I don't know, whatever the case may be. I am just so glad that you stopped by, took your time out of your day to watch my video or my videos. If you're not subscribed yet, you can do that down below. That's it for me today, and I really hope to see you in my next video, and until then, please take care of yourself. Bye bye!